Today we are going to do a tribute to an actor who we lost about 7 years ago now.
Yeah, I think
2013, 2014.
Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, passed away. He was only 46.
Early 40s, yeah, mid 40s.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of Hoffman.
Same here.
Huge fan. Just loved his work. Could do anything. He could lead a movie. He could be the guy in the background. He could do it all. Sadly enough, though, he had some personal demons that he just couldn't kick, and it ultimately cost him his life. But we're here to celebrate the films he was in. As you've seen in some of the other tributes we've done, we basically go through their entire catalog, discuss it, see if we've seen it, talk about it a little bit, and if we haven't seen it, we just kind of gloss over it and keep going.
Yeah, that's a great thing about his work is that we'll have this forever.
Yeah. So you want to kick it?
In 91, he started an episode of Law and Order. Looked like where he got to start at, which a lot of actors do on television.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Same here. Then he did My New Gun, which must have been a TV film. Zuller? I'm not sure what that was. Leap of Faith with Steve Martin. Pretty good comedy. Early 90s, Steve Martin loosely pretends to be a preacher. Where he goes, he's supposed to bring, basically he's a con man.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's a great film, though, and it's ends on a good note. And he played he's got like an entourage with him, and he was one of the guys, very young.
Oh,
very
okay.
Young. Son of a Woman in 92.
Yes. Son of a Woman is great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, it's Al Pacino's vehicle, plays a blind man.
Chris O'Donnell.
Yes, Chris O'Donnell's kind of his handler. It's kind of his last hoorah. He wants to go to New York and, fulfill a couple of things. And but in the beginning of the film and at the end of the film, that's where Philip Seymour Hoffman is. He's not really one of Chris O'Donnell's buddies, but they're acquaintances.
Yeah. And
something happens at the school that they could get in a lot of trouble in.
Yeah.
And, that's kind of Hoffman's character, and his dad's kind of powerful. But, you have to see his character and all. But, yeah, he's a very memorable part.
Especially early in his career, Hoffman could portray these uppity, preppy,
yeah, definitely.
Preppy type characters. And he was great in that. Joey Breaker in 93.
No.
My Boyfriend's Back in 93.
No.
Money for Nothing.
Oh, that's with John Cusack. Yeah, he finds a bag of money on the ground. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Now, what is it? I can't remember. Does he play one of the friends or something in that?
Now that I don't remember. I think he was one of the friends.
I remember a few other. Debbie Mazar's in it. Maury Chaykin, who's also passed on out, but I don't remember Hoffman in it. But again, it just may be testament to his career and his acting ability that he's a chameleon. The remake of The Getaway in 94. I don't remember him in that either.
Wait a minute. Was that with
Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger?
Okay, no, I haven't. Oh, I did see that, but I don't remember him being in it.
No, I saw it once. The actual the original film I've seen a couple more times. But anyway, yeah, he was in that. The Yearling in 94.
No.
When a Man Loves a Woman in 94.
Never seen that.
And usually it's, when actors are first getting their start, they'll do a whole lot of, especially
doing small, films,
the small parts and stuff. Nobody's Fool with Paul Newman. I saw that once.
I saw a chunk of that.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but a chunk of it.
Yeah. I don't remember what he played in that either.
I don't remember seeing it.
Now we start getting into films in the mid-90s where he's got more substantial parts. He did Hard Eight in 96, which I've always wanted to see, but I haven't seen.
I haven't seen it.
Then he did Twister.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember he was in Twister?
It's the extreme.
Yeah.
I loved his character. He was kind of out there,
Yes.
know. And to me, you got to be kind of out there if you're chasing tornadoes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, and plus, I'm always a Bill Paxton. We need to do a Bill Paxton tribute.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I love anything with Bill Paxton, and you throw the loose cannon in Philip Seymour Hoffman, which again shows you the range he can do.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely memorable part in that.
In Twister, I did Michael Penn try. I don't know what that is. Boogie Nights.
Yeah, I remember Boogie Nights. That's definitely rough.
He was in that apparently.
Yeah, he was.
Montana in 98.
I don't know.
Next Stop Wonderland in 98. I never saw that. The Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski.
Everyone is familiar.
The Dude Abides.
The Dude Abides, yes. Yeah, Jeff Bridges, John Goodman. It's a Coen Brothers film.
Oh, well, then you're always strapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was, and if you do a Coen Brothers film, I mean, you're in like fling. It's gold. You're gold. He did some Happiness, 98. I don't. He was in Patch Adams.
And I remember
Yes,
that.
yeah.
Yes, and that's a heartfelt pull on your strings film.
Yes.
Robin Williams knocked it out of the park, and Philip Seymour Hoffman was his buddy, I think.
Yeah, like an assistant doctor, I think, of some kind. Yeah.
No, you know what? I think actually they were in school, but I don't think he liked Robin Williams. It's been a long time.
Was he like an antagonist? Yes, he usually plays that guy who, is trying to tear down the protagonist, the good guy in the film. He's always trying to tear him down or knock him down a peg.
Yeah.
And he did that well.
Oh, yeah.
But as he got older, as he more matured as an actor, then you got better. Flawless. I never saw that either.
No.
I gotta admit. Now, Magnolia was a James Mangold film. The guy who directed Logan.
Okay.
And Magnolia is Mangold's a different kind of director. It's a different kind of a film.
Is it kind of like one of those, like Nolan's kind of his own style?
Yes.
Okay.
And you really have to like that kind of style to like his films. Mm-hmm. That said, Hoffman it's just a wonderful role as a male nurse in this, taking care of, I want to say it was Philip Baker Hall, but I don't recall in this. He just really does a very understated performance, very much opposite of his Twister character.
Okay, gotcha.
So great in that. This is one I wanted to see for years, The Talented Mr. Ripley.
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I don't think I've ever seen it from beginning to end, but I've seen chunks of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely would love to sit down and watch it all because it's, Matt Damon,
Jude Law,
and then Hoffman. Yeah.
Hoffman, again, from what I understand, plays one of the friends who antagonizing Matt Damon in this. Then he does State and Maine, which I never saw. I forgot who directed that now. It'll come to me later, I'm sure. Almost Famous in 2000.
This is great. Yeah,
is it?
Yeah. It's basically where they think that rock and roll is going to decline here, getting into the late 70s. And he is a journalist, I think for Rolling Stone, or maybe he's even his own journalist, but he's got his own way of thinking things, and he kind of takes his kid under his wing to try to help him. It's not a huge part. And I think if I remember right, I read that he was only on set for like 3 days, and he had the flu all 3 days.
Ooh.
So, yeah. But, he definitely, again, memorable part in a film, but really it's just a cameo. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew he was in it, but I didn't know how significant his role was. He did, in 2002, he did Love, Lisa, which the only thing I know about it is he plays a guy, and it's really not humorous, who's addicted to gasoline huffing. I think because his mate had died or committed suicide or whatnot. I don't remember now. Then he did 2002. He did Punch Drunk Love with Adam Sandler.
Yes, that is It's a good film. It's definitely out of Adam Sandler's wheelhouse.
Yes,
and he's basically the antagonist.
Yeah,
he is, and he does great. And little side note, I remember watching some outtakes that they didn't put into the film. And this guy's, Hoffman's character, he's got a lot of irons in the fire. Some stuff is not, let's say, legal or what ways that you would want to make money, in my opinion. Right. But he has I think it's a legitimate mattress selling business. And he's recording a commercial, inside the film. Well, I guess he's supposed to jump off of this ledge onto the stack of mattresses and then, I guess, hop on his feet. I don't know what they were thinking. But he jumps, and I guess he jumps too close to the side, and he ends up jumping, and then he falls onto the ground. And he's like, and then everybody runs in, are you okay? And he's like, that was dumb. And then he gets up like, did we get it? Okay, great. And then he just walks off. Yeah. I felt bad for him, and then they didn't even put it in the film, So, but no, great. Yeah, another great movie, another great memorable role for Hoffman. And again, it's a film when you flip it over to Sandler's part, you just don't. It's not necessarily a comedy. It is not.
Yeah, I remember watching that. Yeah, that's true. He was in Red Dragon in 2002. Now, Red Dragon, from what I understand, I know you haven't seen any of the. I'm not a horror fan, as my co-host.
I'm not a horror fan. I just went to see him because my mom would watch him.
Yeah. And as viewers know, you guys now, but I will say, Silence of the Lambs. And this is chasing a rabbit here. Love Silence of the Lambs because of Anthony Hopkins, Jodie Foster. Red Dragon is a remake of Michael Mann's original Hannibal film, Manhunter, back in '86.
Oh, okay.
And if I remember the name Freddie Lowndes, I think Philip Seymour Hoffman plays a reporter in this who betrays Hannibal to detrimental effect on his life.
Gotcha. Okay.
Then he did Spike Lee's The 25th Hour.
That was
2002.
Great. Yes, Edward Norton.
Yes.
I forget the guy's name. He was in Saving Private Ryan.
Barry Pepper.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a role that probably he could have took any one of those parts, except for Norton. Norton knocked his out of the park.
Sure.
It was really hard to think. But to play, Peppers, he could have played Peppers' part.
Right.
His part, he was kind of a, gangly, shy teacher. Towards the end of the night, I think he makes a mistake that he shouldn't have.
Right.
But, it's a film you got to check out, and it's great. The way it just sort of unravels. The gist of the film is Norton's character has 24 hours before he has to report to prison for 7 years.
Right.
And he's sort of making amends with people and, kind of saying goodbye, going to a club, whatever you would do, I guess. But Hoffman is one of his close friends.
Yeah, the three of them are really good friends. Yeah, I've only seen the film once, but I highly recommend it. I've wanted to revisit it for years, and I think I will soon. That was in 2002. We move ahead to 2003. Did a film that I actually own. It's a little-known film called Owning Mahoney.
I have not seen that.
It's based on a true story about a guy who embezzled, I can't remember how many thousands of dollars from his bank to go on a gambling trip. He had a severe gambling habit.
Okay.
I mean, just gambling addict.
Gotcha.
And the film, John Hurt is in it, and he's the owner of the casino.
Okay.
And he keeps doling out this money to Hoffman. Well, through the course of the film, you see what happens, and it wraps up pretty tight because it's it happened in real life.
Gotcha.
But it displays, again, you have a real understated performance by Hoffman here throughout most of the film. You could probably count on two hands how many lines the guy has. Very quiet, but he's deeply, deeply addicted to this, to the game.
Okay.
And I would highly recommend it to anyone who's never seen, especially the last few minutes of the film, or just blow your socks off, man. So that's Owning Mahoney in 2003. 2003 again, he does Cold Mountain.
Cold Mountain.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's great.
Is it?
Jude Law, Nicole Kidman. It's long-winded.
Yeah.
It is long-winded. It's centered around the Civil War. Philip Seymour Hoffman's character, he's not a very good guy. I mean, he's supposed to be a priest.
Right.
But when you first see him, he had drugged this young girl, like a 14-year-old, because he got her pregnant. And he's supposed to be a priest.
Gracious.
And Jude Law stops him. They end up crossing paths later. And he's around for a good chunk of the film. I don't want to give away what all happens. But yeah, that's kind of how he's kind of the light-witted kind of character, but a little shady too. His character's a little in question. But again, just a different varying of what he normally does.
Yeah,
another film to check out.
See, and I'm seeing a pattern here. There are, it seems as many films as you've seen that I haven't seen, and vice versa here. So it bears both of us some time to get and watch some of those. Along Came Polly in 2004.
Oh my God, dude, that is comedic. Ben Stiller, Philip Seymour Hoffman's his friend, and Philip Seymour Hoffman plays a guy. He had a hit role as a kid, and now he thinks he's this A-lister.
Right.
Oh my gosh, it is just hilarious. I know you're not necessarily a comedy person, but I would say check this out. There's a scene where they always go and play basketball, him and Ben Stiller, and Ben Stiller's kind of a germ freak.
Yeah.
And these guys like, you want to play it? And Ben Stiller's like, no, it's okay. And Philip said, you guys want to get your butts kicked? And like, there's like 10 scenes of Hoffman like rain dance, old school, and he doesn't hit one shot. And finally, he's like, I need to time out. I can't breathe. Or so, but yeah, Hoffman just knocks it out of the park. One of his first, I think, major comedy roles, and him and Ben Stiller together were great.
I could see that. I'm not a big Ben Stiller fan, but yeah.
I would check that one out.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the
I
sake
think you
of
could
Hoffman.
relate a little bit to Ben Stiller's character, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely, that was a good one.
So that was Along Came Polly in 2004. 2005, he does Strangers with Candy, which I understand it was a more of a, well, I say contemporary. I'm used to the old school SNL. It's more contemporary SNL skit character who got her own film.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And I've never seen it. Empire Falls in 2005.
No.
Here comes one in 2005 that I saw. I went by myself to theaters. Capote, based off Truman Capote.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
I really have wanted to see it for years, and I just never got around to watching.
Now, I can't say with absolute certainty, but I can tell you that it was one of the greatest. It might be the performance of his career.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, the guy who wrote In Cold Blood and Breakfast at Tiffany's. It's in equal amounts. It's dramatic, but it's also horrifying because some people just, he's writing about these killers.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have any problem doing it.
Yeah, gotcha.
He's got no, qualms about it. Does Mission Impossible 3 in 2006.
He is a great villain in Mission Impossible 3. One of the weaker ones, well, the second one's pretty weak too, but that's a whole other topic. But no, I loved the way he was a ruthless villain.
Right.
I mean, always seemed to be one step ahead, even when he gets caught. And spoiler alert, it's been out since 2006, sorry. But right. He gets captured, and you think they got him. And he's basically saying, you're going to get hurt, And at one point, I think Tom Cruise like throws his chair. It's hanging out of the helicopter, and basically threatening he's going to let him loose. I want answers, and he won't budge. For that alone is what makes it good to me.
I need to revisit that. Need to revisit the whole franchise. But Hoffman, in this case, it was 2000, so he's 15 years into his movie career, give or take. And this is his first, as far as, correct me if I'm wrong, probably his first high-profile villainous role he's gotten.
Yeah,
okay?
It was great.
So, here we go. He's catapulting, to stardom here. He does The Savages in 2007, which is another one I own. It's another independent film about a brother and sister who are trying their best to reconcile their differences and come to terms with their father, who fortunately has Alzheimer's dementia, and they're trying to figure out how to take care of him.
Gotcha.
Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, Sidney Lumet.
Oh my gosh,
that's what we did. Yeah,
that's dark.
That's a dark film.
It's great. It's really good. It's character driven. Great acting. You got Ethan Hawke in there, Marissa Tomei. But you do not leave that film feeling better about yourself.
No, Brian Cox is the father.
Brian Cox is the father.
Yeah.
Just watch it. Basically, just give you the gist of it. Philip Seymour Hoffman and Ethan Hawke are brothers. Philip Seymour Hoffman has a high profile job, but evidently I think his drug problem really is hampering him. So, and Ethan Hawke is trying to figure himself out. So they come up with an idea to rob their parents' jewelry store. Right. They're like, we could fine, the insurance will cover it. Well, things go wrong, and like I said, it is not a very good.
But it's an excellent. Sidney Lumet, who did some of the greatest crime drama films of all time in the 70s and 80s, directs. It's his last film, and he knows what he's doing, so you get entertained, and you get it makes you think.
Well, it definitely does. I wouldn't say I liked it for what the tone was of the film, but I liked the acting.
Yes. Absolutely. That was in 2007, and again in 2007 you had Charlie Wilson's War.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah,
another.
Tom Hanks and,
kind of the same thing. Along Came Polly. He's the second guy.
Yeah.
Comic relief.
Yes.
Him and Tom Hanks just knock it out of the park.
Yeah. Julia Roberts. Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it. I saw it once.
I need to see it again. It's been a while. I've seen it more than once, but I
Yeah.
need to see it again.
I got to get that shirt to see it once.
Shirts are coming.
Shirts. I pronounce this right. Syndicate, New York,
No.
2008. I didn't see that, unfortunately. There's one and I own this one too. Doubt in 2008. It's Hoffman opposite Meryl Streep. It doesn't get better than this. Very touchy subject matter regarding a priest and a nun who suspects him of doing things he shouldn't be doing. And I don't know what a clear answer is given in the film, but it's about the suspicion
Okay,
alone.
gotcha.
And I can't recommend this one enough.
Okay.
Mary and Max in 2009.
No.
Pirate Radio in 2009.
I saw pieces of that.
I heard of it. I don't know.
It's kind of an independent film, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I really know.
Hoffman, that was his bread and butter.
He
Was
could do
independent.
anything.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything was his bread and butter. He could do anything.
He could, yeah. Invention of Line in 2009.
No.
He was on an episode of Arthur.
Did a voice of it? Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
No. Jack Goes Boating.
No.
He went boating. 2010, The Ides of March in
Oh
2011.
my gosh, that was great. That George Clooney directed. It follows a guy, presidential. It's either presidential primaries or presidential candidate, and it's definitely it is really good. You got a lot of Paul Giamatti's in it, of course. George Clooney's in it. You've got Ryan Gosling.
Oh, Gosling. Yeah.
Gosling.
Tom Cruise?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
That was. I've only seen it once. At least the shirt's coming. But yeah, really, really good.
Yeah, that's
really
one
good.
I haven't seen. Moneyball. We've both seen this.
Oh my gosh,
Moneyball.
Yes. He plays the coach.
Yeah.
Which is all these characters are based on true characters.
Right.
And he's not in really a feature, but anytime he's in a scene, Brad Pitt, he owns that scene.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love Moneyball. One of my favorite sports films.
Yeah, I own that one too. Yeah. The Master in 2012.
I've started this. I've wanted to see it for years, and I just haven't watched it all the way through. But I know the gist of it. You've got Joaquin Phoenix is a war vet who is dealing with some post-traumatic stress, and Hoffman's character, I don't know. I think he might be a little shady. Again, I haven't seen it, but he's supposed to be a guy that's supposed to help, but I don't know if he actually helps. I don't know. I have to watch it. So I'm going to just stop right there because I don't want to speak out of tone. I really want to watch this film all the way through. I just haven't yet.
Yeah, it's the same way. Same way. We had a friend of ours who really wanted to watch it years ago, and I want to follow through on that and see it. A Late Quartet in 2012. I think Walken's in that one.
Whatever.
Later. Back Beyond.
Nope.
You got me on that one. The Hunger Games.
Yeah, I haven't seen them all. I saw the last one. I think
it took me some years, and then my family, my nieces and my nephew convinced me to watch it. All of them over the course of my vacation. Loved them, man. Loved them, beginning to end. Hoffman is tremendous.
Woody Harrelson's in it too.
Oh, dude! And if before I thought Harrison was only confined to a certain role or type, just excellent.
Awesome.
Donald Sutherland too.
I need to see him.
God's Pocket in 2014.
I've heard of this, but I haven't seen it.
And here's, I think the last one he technically filmed, was A Most Wanted Man in 2014.
I haven't seen that.
A lot of critical acclaim for his performance for the movie as a whole.
Okay.
Of course, you had the other Hunger Games films, which came out after that. But again, they were filmed,
Gotcha.
back to back.
So, what's your favorite?
That is a tough call. I don't know that I could pull one out like that.
He fits in a box to me like Paul Giamatti. Can do his whatever you ask the guy to do, he can do it.
Yes.
You want to do comedy, he can do comedy. You want to play sleazeball villain, the good guy,
Yeah.
a true character, a true person. He was just great. I was really sad when he passed away because I was really starting to dig him. I knew who he was, but I was never, it took me a long time to start knowing actors' names and stuff. Once I discovered it, I'm like, dude, this guy is just great. Anytime he comes out with a film, I need to try to watch it. And then, of course, we lost him, too soon. You know, it'd be interesting to see what he'd be doing now.
That's always the question, is especially when we lose the talent so early, is what could have been, what could we have seen their careers evolve into. And as far as performances, because he did a lot of stuff that was small, not cameo, but supporting performances. Like a leading performance, right now off the top of my head, I would go with either Oni Mahoney or Capote.
Gotcha.
Right, and of course I haven't seen. There's half the films we're talking about I haven't seen that you've seen, so I need to bump my game up a little bit on this.
I would say anything that I've seen him in, I've been a fan of. There's nothing that I didn't see that he was in that I was disappointed.
Exactly.
So we're gonna leave it at that. You know, it's kind of a long-winded video, but these are how they are when you play tribute to somebody.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad we finally got around to this because he has been one of my personal favorites for a long time.
Yes.
And
Same here.
it's been a while since we lost him, so it's good to bring his name back up and keep his name relevant and share his
legacy alive.
Keep that legacy alive. Keep those films. Check them out. There's a lot of good ones in there. Some I need to brush on mine too. So I guess we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll see you later.
Take care.